Hi guys, hello and welcome. This is your girl Bernice Heiss, aka Miss Berizzy of Berizzy's Closet, and thank you guys for stopping by. And by the title of this video, you already know what I'm gonna talk about. Being a single mom and you know how it affects your mental health and everything else. So what inspired me to even start this video was I'm just here right now sitting in my car and I was on Facebook and I saw a viral post that is going around of a lady. I really don't have all the full details, but I'm gonna say my own piece because from what I'm seeing through the comments, it's really sad. So it's about a lady who has 3 kids. I think her name is Maliyah Jackson or so. I don't really no, but that's what I'm seeing on Facebook. So she has 3 kids and she has a baby daddy and stuff like that. She's a single parent, and so I think um based on the video, the father came to take the kids out, and then he had the son get a haircut, and then he decided to take the little girl to get her hair braided. And so the mom, he brought the kids home and the mom wasn't having it. She was upset. She was outraged, all emotional, and even cut the baby's hair. Like the baby had I'll try to find a video and put it in, but the baby had like the braids, and then she had like the beads on the bottom. And so, the girl was looking all good, and so the father brought her home and the mom wasn't having it. So she cut all the hair like right in front of the dad, did it with so much anger and stuff like that, and as usual, things like that go really fast, really viral, and everyone just jumps into conclusion, based on just what they have seen, and I try to do a little bit of a research, and I saw the mom was saying like the dad is only posting, doing things when he wants to post the kids on Facebook. He's just like a Facebook dad or something like that, so she wasn't having it. It's like you're just doing this because you want to put it on Facebook, but you're not actually being a dad and stuff like that, So for me personally, my own reaction to this video is this: there's two sides to every story, and we don't have the full details, but from what we've seen from that video, that's what I'm gonna talk about. So here's two sides. Firstly, I want to say, Malaya, you're wrong, girl. I know, I understand, because I'm a single mom too. I know the rage, the frustration, all the anger going on in you. But girl, you're not hurting the dad by putting out or expressing all that anger. You're hurting your babies. None of us is perfect, Yes, he's a deadbeat father now, as you might say, and stuff like that. That's not how you plan for things to turn out. But sometimes we just have to take life as it is, and just try to be positive and move on. I know you're trying your best. You're doing, like everything that is required of a mother. You're doing that, and so, and he just wants to come in one day and just, oh, this thing's not sorry, and he just wants to come in one day and, like, you know girl, I understand your frustration. I've been in, well, I haven't done stuff like you've done, but I feel so much anger, so much frustration. I understand that, but girl, that's not how to handle things, okay? That is not how you handle things. Right now, the whole world, sees you as this monster. They're gonna ignore the fact that, you've been a mom working 12-hour shifts, sometimes 16-hour shifts and all this. They're just gonna say, oh, she's an angry woman. She's an angry black mother and stuff. So, girl, you see, sometimes reacting to things as, like this just makes us look evil when deep down you're not. It's gonna take people like us that have been through similar situations to be able to not judge you based on just that clip we saw. However, girl, like I said, you're wrong for doing that. If the hair was too tight, there are other ways you could have taken patience, just take it out. I know you were mad. If you were that upset, you could have let the child just go or take a break or something, take a walk. But girl, you cutting up that little girl's hair, and you know, this is social media. The dad videoed, and he's putting it out there like, oh, I'm trying, but she's not giving me the chance and stuff like that, you know. Girl, so now that's how the whole world sees you. Personally, I'm not judging you, but in all honesty, that's how we see you right now. So sis, that's not good. And this is going out to all single mothers out there. I am one. I am a single mom, okay? Like, when I say single, I mean like completely single. It's just me, my baby, God, and my family. I've been angry, you know, because I got pregnant at 17. I'll do videos on that and I'll post it up on my channel. I got pregnant at, well, actually 16, 17. That was when I got pregnant, you know. I had my child at 17. And God, it wasn't easy. My parents were there to support me. I'm lucky that, you know, they didn't like throw me out or stuff like that, because the dad, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna give him any credit. He's just out of there, you know. But girl, what I'm trying to say is, it's hard having to do it all by myself. Imagine, as a 17-year-old, even though I had my parents there, you know, it was still hard. Sometimes even if you have your husband, it's still hard. You know, you go through depression, you go through so much in your mental space. My goodness, it was so hard. For me, it was really, really hard, because I stopped being a kid. Immediately I had a child, I stopped being a teenager. You know, I missed out on a lot of things, you know, because even though my parents helped me, but there are certain things, you know, I had to do by myself. For example, I had chosen the option to breastfeed my child. My parents can't do that for me, so that means I have to sit there and breastfeed my child, you know. And I had my child back in Africa. Things were a little bit easy and hard over there, but we made it through. So it was really hard. Things like that are really, really hard. My son's dad was never around. Imagine. And he's way older than me. Like, he's way, way, way older than me. But he has never been around, you know, and stuff like that. There were so many times I was angry. We tried to stay in a relationship, but then it wasn't like it didn't make any sense, you know. And eventually, because he was abusive also, and I wasn't gonna sit there and allow a man hit me. He did it like twice or so, and I'm like, I'm done. So sometimes it's not just about women being angry and stuff. Sometimes it's the man's fault. In my case, it was the man. I didn't like, even though I was 17, I knew I loved him and I was gonna stay if he was being the nice and good guy he should be. Because despite I made a mistake choosing him, I still knew like how I should be treated, because I had my dad around and I know how my dad treated my mom and stuff like that. So I know how a woman should be treated. But you know, he didn't, and I'm glad. I look back on days like this, and like, I'm happy that I made that choice to walk away. And it's okay, you know, it's okay to walk away. We all make mistakes in life. Those are some of the mistakes some of us have made by choosing the wrong partner. But God, that doesn't mean it's the end of our lives, you know. It's what we do after, you know, to show that, you know, we've learned our lessons and we can move on and become better people. That is what matters to us now, you know. So excuse me. So, you know, at first I was really, really angry, you know, and stuff like that. Then I started telling myself, like, I'm beautiful. I started praying. That is another thing. Like, if you're in Christ, you know, it makes it a bit easier. Well, more easier, you know. So, you know, I started praying, and God sent someone else into my life, and it didn't work out. Everybody went their own way, you know. I just learned to accept it. I'm here for my child, you know. Right now, I'm lucky I was able to move to the US, and right now I go to school because I'm trying to get a good education. I already got an associate. I'm trying to get my bachelor's and then going for my master's, and hopefully someday maybe get a PhD too. But you know, I'm not stopping, and I'm grateful to my parents for giving me that support. I know not many of us out there have support like that, but guys, what I'm trying to say is, it's up to you, the individual. It has to be you that have to let go. It has to be you that have to make the choice, you know, to forgive and move on. Right now, I do the things on my son myself. I don't ask the dad if he wants to be there, which I've always told myself, like, if he wants to be the father to his child, I will always allow him. If he calls my phone, I pick the call. You know, sometimes, I talk to him in ways I'm like, wow, girl, I can't believe how mature you've become. Girl, just try to be positive. It gets better. I was so angry within the first like 3 years, 4 years. I was so angry at him. I hated him with passion. I was going through a lot. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes there were times I was even angry at my own child. And it was so hard. You get to that mental space like you feel like no one really understands you. Like that's how bad it gets. You know, that's how hard it gets. It's not easy. Which is why I'm like, right now I'm in a position that I can tell younger girls, teenage girls, like, if you can abstain, abstain. Because at the end of the day, girl, it's not an easy thing if you make that mistake. So I understand how you feel, sis. And to every single mom out there, whether it's by choice or it's just happens, I understand it's not easy just doing things by yourself. You need that emotional support, you need that love, and but sis, holding on to that hate, that anger, that frustration is only going to destroy you eternally. It's only going to destroy your child. It's going to destroy your mental space and stuff like that. In cases like that, for instance, in this video, see, simply what you could have done was, just take your child and go home. When the cameras are not there, take out the braids if you don't like them. It's okay. She's your child too. You got rights to her too. Excuse me. But the outburst, the anger, the rage you showed on camera, or that he saw you in, that's sad. And now he's making the world see you as this monster, forgetting that you're the mom that is there with those 3 kids every single day, forgetting that you're the mom working the job, putting food on your table, forgetting that you're the mom, that taking them to doctor's appointment, forgetting that you're the mom that doesn't sleep at night if they're sick. It's so easy for people to come online and judge you. It's so easy. That is why, sometimes we want to burst into so much rage, but then you remember, like, is it worth it? My personal advice to you, sis, is try to work on your anger. Try to go back to the root. I deal with it too sometimes, but I've gone to the place where I'm at ease with my baby daddy. Like, if he calls, I'll let him talk to his child. And one thing, listen, sis, let me tell you something about karma, right? You don't need to tell your kids that that their fathers are deadbeat. Trust me, these kids will find out. My son has like almost zero to no affection for his dad. I'm the one that tries to be like, do you want to talk to your dad and all? And I've talked with the dad several times, like, sometimes I feel like, Bernice, why are you doing this? You want more. But sometimes I think it's for my child. I'd be like, you need to step up and be in your child's life. Even if I'm dating someone else who's been in there, I still feel like you're the dad. I don't owe you anything, but you're the dad. And if you want to be in your child's life, we will not stop you. My partner understands. He's completely fine with it. You want to be a dad, that's fine. He loves my child just as much as you would love your child. For now, I'll say even more, because he spends more time and calls him more, with him. But he's not there. What should I do? He calls once in a while and it's fine. But the child knows. The child knows who really loves me, who's really there for me. So sis, don't worry. Those kids will find out someday, somehow. And I'm telling you, karma will definitely come back for them. Let's just stop being this angry, because it affects our kids. It's our kids that see us like that. When you're really upset and angry, it's okay to go into your room, close the door. For me, I just sit in this car. Sometimes I cry my heart out. I pray. Prayers helped me a lot. I just keep crying and just keep praying. Some days it's so hard. There are days that I have to work. Maybe sometimes I work 12-hour shifts, night shift, and then I have to go to school in the morning, and then I have my son. I have to get him ready. After getting him ready, I have to drop him off at school and, maybe he has doctor's appointment. Sometimes he's throwing tantrums in school. You got called from school. I feel like I'm trying to do so much, and sometimes, to be honest, it's so overwhelming. The best I can do is, sit in my car, scream, cry, call out to God. I talk with my mom, I call my aunties. That is why you need positive friends, positive females around you. Most of them are married, and some of them, like, have kids, even though they didn't go through exactly what I've gone through, but they give me positive examples, like, and positive advice from the other side, and try to help me see a bigger and better picture ahead of me. So sis, please, let's just try to let go of that anger. We made a mistake choosing deadbeats, but what can we do? Are we gonna kill our kids for that? No, sis, no. Are we gonna hurt our child or hold them responsible for the actions of their fathers? No. So sis, please, come on, we can do better. For you, Maliyah, I understand how you feel right now, and I see you putting up posts trying to act tough. Sis, it's like you cannot please everyone. You acting tough for people out there, it's not gonna make it better. Just try to be yourself. Take time off. I know the internet can be a bully, and one thing's for sure, we don't want to be on the bad side of the internet, because they can bully you. Like, it can take you from like 100 to like a 0 flat. So sis, just take time off. You don't need to prove to anyone like, oh, I'm okay, because deep down you're not okay. Just take time off. If you can get a counselor, see a counselor. Try to let go of that anger. Just think about your babies. If he comes in and wants to be a dad, okay, fine. And to you, the dad, come on, man. Yes, you people, you might have your own thing and stuff like that, but come on, man. She's not all that evil. You have yours too. So it's okay for you two not to be in a relationship anymore, but you guys need to try to get to a point, an equilibrium point, meet up at a point that, I know it's hard. Maybe some of the things you might have done to her, or it's just, I'm not trying to blame anyone in this. I'm just trying to ask that, you guys be a parent. Be the best parents to your kids. If she's throwing tantrums, and she's so mad and all, come on, try to get to be like, I'm sorry if I'm the one that have offended you. I'm sorry. It doesn't take anything away from you guys to own up and just say I'm sorry, and let go of that ego. So please, 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 you guys try to work it out for the sake of that kid. We all have ours. Mine is so at least you get to see the dad, sis. I haven't seen him in, like, I don't know, I don't even know. Except when he calls on video calls. Sometimes. That's it. But, just keep praying and take time off. Don't let the internet bully you into doing some. And to you guys out there that, are so quick to jump and type, words, it's... Some of the comments I've seen on the internet, I'm like, are these people even human? Did they even stop to think? Like, come on. What she did was wrong. Cutting that kid's hair off in so much anger and rage, it was not called for. It was totally not necessary. But guys, come on. Don't just demoralize her or make her look like this demon just because of one clip that you saw. You don't know what's going on behind the scene. It could be more. So please, 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 let's just try to show as much love and support as we can out there to women that are going through things like this. It's not easy. The mental space, it's hard. Okay, so please, thank you so much for watching. I really hope some of you can take my advice, and if you don't want to take my advice, it's okay too. You can have your opinion or whatever, it's okay. But please, 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 let's not be so quick to jump into conclusion. And to you, sis, Maliyah Jackson, please, please, sis, just take it one day at a time. We don't hate you. I personally don't hate you. I'm not judging you. I'm sending you much love out there. I'm sending you so much love, And to the baby, your kids out there, they're so beautiful, you know. Just continue to be the best mother you can be, okay? Peace.